Actually, they took the 3 top qualifiers of the turbines and the 3 top qualifiers of the piston-driven engines, and they went head-to-head in a shootout, 3 laps each. This is what happened. The 3 piston engine powered hydroplanes drew for starting lanes. Cooper's Express with Mitch Evans in lane number 1. In lane number 2, Holset Miss Madison, driven by Mike Hansen and Jerry Hopp in the paddock pools on the far outside as they came down for this 3-lap shootout. For most of this 3-lapper, it was Mitch Evans in Cooper's Express leading the way, but on the half-a-lap mark, with only a half-a-lap to go, engine problems developed in Cooper's Express. On came Mike Hansen in the Holset Miss Madison, and he wins the shootout and the $10,000 top check. Dick Crippen met the winning driver at the docks.
Well, Michael, a win is a win is a win, and that's a nice way to start the weekend.
Yeah, it is. It's real nice. We've got to thank Jeff and Pringles for putting on this shootout. It's a real honor for us, and we needed the money, so we went out there and gave it everything we had.
And the turbines likewise had a pre-draw for position and lanes. On the inside, Winston Eagle with Jim Cropfeld. In lane number 2, Mr. Pringles, driven by George Woods Jr. And on the far outside was Chip Hanauer in the Circus. Showing the short way around the course, wire to wire for his very first victory in the Winston Eagle for 1990 was the driver Jim Cropfeld from Cincinnati in Steve Woomer's Winston Eagle. Along with the shootout win yesterday came another $10,000 check.
Jimmy, that had to feel good. This crew has worked so hard to get a first place.
That's right. The Winston Eagle team, the guys, you know, we're starting to gel and get together. We're a young crew, and I'm young too, you know. Young on the team, but anyway, they worked hard and worked hard and worked hard until midnight, 2, 3 every morning for weeks now, and we finally came together. You know, the luck of the draw, and the Jif people, Pringles, are just great to put something like this on. I hope the fans really enjoyed it. Chip and I had a good time out there, and yeah, this is a lot of fun like this.
It wasn't fun for Jim Cropfeld, involved in an auto accident shortly after that interview. His driving status today with cracked ribs is questionable.
Now, we just got official word that Jim Cropfeld apparently will try to drive the Winston Eagle in Heat 1B today.
Sore ribs and all, we have plenty of action, and it'll all be coming up here at Onondaga Lake in just a moment.
This has been a very busy week for the Miss Budweiser crew. Bernie, they've been hard at work.
Yeah, they really have. They worked around the clock in Detroit after our accident in Evansville, or Madison, Indiana. Tore the whole deck out and the side out. And, you know, we really wanted to get in the shootout they had here today with the Pringles. That would have been a great race, and it was a great race. Sorry we couldn't have gotten in there, but we were just behind the 8 ball.
Now today's action is about to begin. Cooper's Express in Heat 1A, driven by Mitch Evans. Chip Hanauer in the Miss Circus. Jerry Hopp in the Garrett Turbo U7. George Woods Jr. in Mr. Pringles. And we're all set to go as they come down for the start, Dick Crippen.
All eyes on lanes 2 and 3. In lane 2, it's Circus with Chip Hanauer as the gun fires to start Heat 1A. Lane 3 is the Jif presents Mr. Pringles, George Woods Jr. Now, the weather is a concern here. The winds have definitely whipped up on Lake Onondaga. We watch closely as the boats go into their first turns of the day to see how they can handle coming head-on into the wind as they complete it.
And this boat with this driver last year on this very same lake, literally, I thought destroyed that boat forever, but they repaired it. It's back racing, but that has to be on the mind of Chip Hanauer as he heads for about the very same spot he lost it last year.
At this point, it looks like he's got a very good lap going for him. There you take a look at the 3rd place boat. That is Cooper's Express. Behind the Cooper's Express is the Garrett Turbo boat. Mr. Pringles is now riding in 2nd place. There is your leader, Chip Hanauer. We get a long shot of the course to the left of your screen as Chip presents Mr. Pringles. To the right, it is Circus. About 6 boat lengths separate those two for 1st and 2nd.
And about 5 mile an hour separates them. 135.7 for the Circus. 130.0 for the 2nd place boat, Mr. Pringles. We're in lap number 2 of 3 laps, and that's the way it is. Another 3-lap sprint leading up to the final. And your leader is Circus, Chip Hanauer.
Circus seemingly unchallenged at this point. He's going to take the time to learn the course, find out where the weather conditions are making a difference on the course. Any rollers, you can see there, he looks pretty smooth, as does the Jif presents Mr. Pringles. But there are wind conditions out there all the boats have to be aware of. They're going to find out what's going to happen. We've got a boat down. It looks like it's the Garrett Turbo boat. That, of course, the driver, Jerry Hopp, very disappointed at this point. They have really worked hard to get that boat in. in. 135.231 for the Circus on its second lap.
And about the same distance between the first and second place boat, and about the identical speed for the Mr. Pringles at 130.5.
Chip Hanauer in the Miss Circus. George Woods in the Chip Presents Mr. Pringles. Both drivers going to school on this course at Onondaga Lake in Syracuse, New York, trying to figure out what the wind conditions will be like and how they can set their boats up for the races coming up later today.
What a difference that year makes, Dick. It was ideal weather last year for new records that was set for the entire weekend. Syracuse last year was setting, remember, for that spectacular deck-to-deck 150-plus mile-an-hour heat average between Circus and the Miss Budweiser. That was the fastest track event ever in this sport.
And one that all the fans on the banks of the lake will certainly remember. We look now toward the finish line, and of course Chip Hanauer is looking up to the tower to see if he gets that checkered flag. And the flag is out there. Chip Hanauer will be welcomed home. The first winner of the day here at Lake Onondaga, Syracuse, New York. The winner of Heat 1A, Miss Circus.
Average winning speed, 132.8. Our third place finisher, the Cooper's Express. There's the way they finished, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go down to the pit area and Dick Crippen.
Well, Chip, you take the win, but more importantly, you learn what the wind has in store for you out on the course.
Yeah, it's rough. It's very rough. Shades of last year when I got in trouble here.
135, though, that's not a bad speed out there. You must have had a control factor.
Yeah, actually I'm surprised at that because we never really did lay down a whole lap, so I'm pretty pleased with that.
So you look forward to the rest of the day. You know the wings are going to get a workout.
Everything's going to get a workout. It's real rough, and trying to keep the boat together and keep yourself together and the engine together is going to be a long day.
The Pringles Family Thunderboat Classic Heat 1B will be coming up in just a moment. Welcome back to Onondaga Lake, Syracuse, New York. I'm Jim Hendrick along with Dick Crippen. We're getting set for Heat 1B, and here's the way they'll stack up for competition. Tommy Deeth and Bernie Little's Miss Budweiser. Jim Croftfeld and Steve Woomer's Winston Eagle. Jim Harvey sends the rookie Mark Tate out in his Oh Boy Oberto, and the Budweiser has been repaired for this race.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job repairing the Miss Budweiser, and of course Bernie and the whole crew, Ronnie Brown, everybody just are behind this team 100%.
The team is now being represented by Tom Deeth on the course as the start flag is pulled in for the start of Heat 1B. On the inside, the right side of your screen, it is the Miss Budweiser, Tom Deeth. Second place now, the Winston Eagle, Jim Croftfeld. Deeth taking it very carefully through the corner out there as the water continues to roughen up here on Lake Onondaga in Syracuse, New York. Tom is going to take a little lesson from the lake and see what he can learn. Third place right off the bat is the Oh Boy Oberto. Close in fourth place and closing in fast is the wholesome Miss Madison, Mike Hansen driving. There you can see the distance between the rest of the field and the leader, the Miss Budweiser, Tom Deeth.
And Tommy's got a pretty good lap going here, Dick Crippen, as he comes around close to 134 mile an hour. But the real battle is going on for second, third, and fourth, about 500 feet back. And look at this battle as the Winston Eagle in the middle of your screen comes out. On the inside is Oh Boy Oberto, and coming up fast on the left is the Holset Miss Madison.
Holset Miss Madison goes by the Oh Boy Oberto to now move up into third place and challenge another turbine boat, the Winston Eagle, with Jim Croftfeld aboard. So this will be a battle to watch as Mike Hansen seems to have himself a real fine day going. Mike, incidentally, crashed on this lake a couple of years ago in another turbine-powered boat, the first turbine he had ever driven. So I don't know whether that keeps flashing back to him or not. But right at the moment, the only thing he is seeing is the tail of the Miss Budweiser. He has moved up into second place. He's going to get another challenge on the inside from the Winston Eagle. Jimmy Croftfeld says, not so easy, Mike. Let's give you a little bit of a workout. Here we go. And he pushes the pedal down to take it over again. Second place, Winston Eagle. First place, the Miss Budweiser. Tom Deeth driving that boat and doing a great job. I'm sure he's enjoying the ride, rough as it is. 129.489 miles per hour on that lap.
And the battle for second place continues, and it's the whole set Miss Madison. Mike Hansen comes on the outside and moves into second place by about 3 boat lengths here on the final lap of 3.
What a great day for Mike Hansen. I know Bob Hughes and the entire Miss Madison crew is just thrilled to death to see that boat operating so well. As a matter of fact, passing 2 turbine boats, the Oh Boy Oberto and the Winston Eagle. But of course, this is a rough course, and they're going to take full advantage of every possible thing they have going in their favor. And in this particular case, the piston packer is doing its job in holding the boat on the water.
This marks the first anniversary of the day that Tom Deeth came on to permanently take the seat of Miss Budweiser. He took over on this race and won it last year. So as he comes in to take the checker flag, he's looking for his 2nd consecutive victory here in Syracuse, New York.
Tom Deeth, the board, the red and white. Miss Budweiser, the U1, the winner in Heat 1B, 2nd place after a great job of driving. Mike Hansen and the wholesome Miss Madison. 3rd place, now a surprise. Oh boy, Oberto. Apparently, Winston Eagle on the left of your screen had some sort of a problem. So Mark Tate takes 3rd place. Winston Eagle comes in 4th.
Little school time out there, guys?
Well, it's a little sloppy out there. The water conditions are a little lumpy, but the Miss Budweiser ran great, and we'll just have to see what happens in the next heat. We're going to tune her for the final.
Little over 133 on lap number 1. Then you backed off.
Yeah, well, I knew where everybody was at, so I just ran the pace I had to in order to finish comfortably in 1st.
Well, your driver's out in front. We had a good battle there for 2nd and 3rd, but I think Jim Kropfeld's hurting.
Well, I'm sure he is. He had an automobile accident I'm sure that everybody knows about last night, and that's a tough break. They're running strong, and knowing Jim, he'll be in there for the final.
Well, right now, Jim is a little concerned about a low sponson that apparently is taking on water on the Winston Eagle. They'll have to get the boat towed to shore to check that damage out. We'll be back with more of the 1990 Pringles Family Thunderbolt Classic from Syracuse, New York in just a moment.